There's a specific kind of tired that doesn't come from doing nothing. It comes from doing everything right and watching nothing happen. You showed up every day. You posted, you trained, you applied, you repeated. And somewhere around month 6, you caught yourself thinking the quiet thought you never say out loud. Maybe I'm just not one of the lucky ones. Here's the part nobody explains. Your brain has a process called myelination. Every time you repeat an action, it wraps that pathway in insulation to make it faster and more automatic. It's how you get good at things. But your brain doesn't check whether the thing you're repeating is correct. It myelinates your mistakes with the exact same efficiency it myelinates your wins. Which means raw consistency isn't building skill. It's building whatever you happen to be doing, including the wrong thing, faster and deeper, every single day. So let me show you something, because I kept running into this same pattern, and it changed how I think about luck completely. Most people are waiting for one kind of luck. Call it blind luck, pure chance. The family you were born into, the random viral break, the right place, right time. And here's the honest answer. That kind of luck is real, but you have zero control over it. Waiting for it is like treating your life like a slot machine and being surprised you're broke. We can throw that one out. Not because it doesn't exist, because there's nothing to do with it. The second kind is the one you're probably living in right now. Hustle luck. Luck through sheer motion. You build, you publish, you try things, and you create so many collisions with the world that statistically, something eventually hits. This is the consistency phase, and I don't want to undersell it, it's necessary. You cannot skip it. Nobody reflects their way to the top from the couch. But here's where it gets weird. Hustle luck has a trap built into it, and almost no one sees the trap until they're years deep. The trap is this: motion feels like progress. Swinging the axe feels like chopping. But if your aim is off, all that consistency does is carve the wrong groove deeper. This is the thing I believe more than almost anything else about getting good at something. It is not how hard you can try. It's which method you're already running. And the cruelty of it is that effort hides a bad method. The harder you work, the more proof you feel like you're generating, and the less likely you are to stop and ask the uncomfortable question: is the thing I'm repeating actually the right thing? The reason you haven't broken through yet is not a character flaw. It's not that you lack discipline or that other people are just built different. It's a design gap. You were taught that success is consistency, full stop. Nobody told you consistency is only half the machine. The other half is the part we're terrible at, because it doesn't feel productive. Reflection. Look at how the people we call lucky actually operated. Kobe Bryant was famous for an inhuman work ethic, but the work that mattered wasn't the reps. It was the film. He watched himself obsessively, hunting for the flaw, the tendency, the half-second of hesitation. He wasn't just shooting 1,000 shots. He was analyzing 1,000 shots and adjusting the 1,001st. The Wright brothers did the same thing with a different medium. Everyone trying to fly was crashing and trying again, harder. The Wrights crashed and then sat down and studied why. They built a wind tunnel, they took data, they treated every failure as information instead of a verdict. That's the difference between swinging more and aiming better. There's a name for this in the framework. It's called prepared luck. Chance favors the prepared mind, meaning, the opportunity that looks like a lucky break to everyone else looks like an obvious lever to you. Because you did the unglamorous work of understanding your own craft. You didn't get luckier. You got readable to luck. And I want to be real about my own version of this, because I lived the wrong side of it for a long time. For years, I confused volume with growth. I'd grind, burn out, tell myself the breakthrough was one more push away, and start over. The day things actually shifted wasn't the day I worked harder. It was the first day I sat down and honestly reviewed what I'd been doing, not to feel bad, but to find the one assumption I'd never questioned. The work hadn't been wrong. The aim had. So here's the part of your instinct that's completely right, and I don't want you to lose it. Once you've put in the reps and you've done the reflection, At some point you have to trust the instrument you've become. This is the fourth kind of luck, the one Naval calls magnetic. You build such a specific, refined set of skills and judgment that opportunity starts coming to you. And it only works because your instincts at that stage aren't guesses, they're compressed experience. Thousands of reps, filtered through honest reflection, become a gut feeling you can actually trust. Believing your instincts isn't the opposite of doing the work. It's what the work eventually turns into. So what do you actually do with this? Stop measuring yourself by effort. Drop the story that grinding harder is the same as getting better. The hours are not the scoreboard. Start a weekly review, 1 honest hour, no new output. Look at what you made, and find the single weakest assumption you operated on this week. Not 10 problems. 1. The myelination only redirects when you consciously interrupt the pattern. An interruption requires looking. And expect this to feel worse before it feels better. Reflection surfaces things effort let you ignore, and that's uncomfortable on purpose. You're going to find a mistake you've been faithfully repeating for months. That's not failure. That's the first time the wheel actually turns, because now you're consistent and aimed. You were never short on consistency. You were short on a steering wheel. Build the review, trust what it sharpens, and let the luck start finding you.